Hello friends, I'm going to show you how to make this cute gnome card today. It uses the theater style, which I showed you in a video about a year ago, and I thought the gnomes worked really well to give that little bit of a storybook look, moving in a little closer all the time and finally coming into the gnome house where they're wishing you a Merry Christmas. So this is the one I did a year ago, and you can see that it's smaller and is fine, but I really wanted to get one that was big enough to fit our standard size envelopes, which this does. So in a little bit I'll show you my measurements on that. I think I made it kind of easy for you. Of course, this is the paper that we all love, the storybook gnome paper, and just about any of these will make a really nice card. So what I do when I'm starting a project, especially if I'm going to use the designer paper, is I check out all the colors, the paper colors and inks that go with that designer paper, and I build my project around that, whatever colors I have. And it's always listed on the back of your papers and also in the catalog. So you can see with this card, I'm going to use various blender pens. So I just try to keep it simple and just put out the colors and the papers that I think I'm going to need. So let's begin. The hardest part of this card is getting the measurements right. So I think I figured it out pretty good, actually. Let me show you here. So if you take a 12 by 12 piece of paper and you cut it at 5.5, and then you score it along these lines, and I'll show you that in a minute, and your designer paper inserts are going to all just be cut 1/4 of an inch smaller. So you can see how you've got lots of places to put your papers in. Like I said, just about anything works. And then here's the main part of your card. Of course, if you want to, I don't in this card, but if you want to, you could even put designer paper here. So again, start with a 12 by 12 cardstock and cut it in half, 12 by 5.5. And then the scoring, I'll show it to you on this paper. Let's see if I can get it. It's kind of the main thing. So you start at 2. And see, I've made it as easy as possible for myself by using whole numbers. So and then I slide it over to the 2, or to the 4. I've done 2, now 4, and then all the way over to the 8. I don't use a scoring blade, I just use my bone folder. It seems to work pretty well. And then on the 10. Okay. So it's going to fold like this, just kind of a accordion fold, in and back. Did I do that right? Yes. To look at my sample. So yeah, just press it down real good like this. And now the real tricky part, see, it's going to open like this, is going to be getting these little windows. You can see it here. I've got the windows. And so, again, I've made it very easy. And we just put that, line it up on the 1 inch mark. And we're going to cut it in the panel closest to the center. Okay, this blue is a little hard to see, but I think I can do it. I'm going to go right here, and then lift it up, bring it over to the next inside panel. I probably should have put my glasses on to see this. And then just turn it around, same thing on the other side, scoring it at 1 inch at the top. And then I'm going to cut it. Well, I got to do the other side. Okay. Okay, now I just cut it out. Be sure you cut it on the inside so you don't, if you don't get it exactly right, you can use your little nippers. And there you go. You can see how that works. Makes your little inner flap. And I might need to cut a little bit here just to make it open. That's all that's to it. So let's just have some fun here and put together a card. I think I've done most of the work for you. But again, see how you can just trim it by 1/4 of an inch and it fits nicely into these panels. There's a cute little deer. You know, it's deer hunting season up here in Minnesota. So you gotta watch out, little sweet ones. And then again, any of this designer paper, almost any side will will look pretty. I love my little watchman. Colored him in light and dark navy, and it turned out well, I think. And then this goes over here. So I've colored my little gnomes, but you could even just use the dies and cut it right out of the paper. So now we need his little house, which we want to go. I want to make sure our deer is kind of looking over the top of that house and show off our birds. And this is the card. I like to imagine them having a picnic out in the mushroom field. So there you are. I hope you'll try this and you'll have fun doing it. You can check out the video I did a year ago and see lots of other samples. Thanks for stopping by.